my name is Laylee. Today we'll be learning about steadfastness. Okay, let's start with some prayers.
The next song is called Detachment.
The words are, "Know that thy true adornment consisteth in the love of God and in thy detachment from all save him." And then the chorus goes, detachment, let it go, let it go.
The next song is called Kindle the Fire of Love.
The words are, kindle the fire of love and burn away all things. Then set thy foot into the land of the lovers.
Ya Elahi, Esmoka Shefai, Vazekroka Davai, Vaqadboka Rajai, Vahobboka Munasi, Varahmatoka Tabibi, ومعيني في الدنيا والآخرة وإنك أنت المعطي العليم الحكيم. Now let's hear a story about someone who is steadfast.
Hi guys, so today I'm going to be telling you a story about Bahia Khanum. And for me, Bahia Khanum is an inspiring woman that I've looked up to for a long time. So maybe some of you guys have heard about Bahia Khanum, but if not, she was the daughter of Baha'u'llah, the prophet founder of the Baha'i faith, and the sister of Abdul Baha, who we hear so many lovely stories about. So she was only 6 years old when her beloved father, Baha'u'llah, was arrested and sent to prison by a government that was scared of the truth of this divine message that Baha'u'llah was bringing to humanity. At the time when she was born, her family was one of the wealthiest families in the city. But now all of their possessions were taken away, and at times she only had a handful of flour to eat in place of bread. So when her father was released from prison, the government forced them to leave their homeland, and Bahia Khanum and her family set out on mules for a city in a neighboring country, and this city was called Baghdad. This journey took 3 months. Imagine, 3 months, and it was the bitter cold of winter, and never again would she return to the land of her birth. So for 10 years, her family remained in this city of Baghdad, where Bahia Khanum spent her childhood. Then suddenly, her father was ordered by the government, who was still scared of his influence, to leave Baghdad, and Bahia Khanum was now a young woman, and she went with her family to 2 different cities. First, to a city far away called Constantinople, and then to Adrianople. And at that time, it was very dangerous, and there was a lot of opposition to Baha'u'llah. So after almost 5 years in Adrianople, they lived under a lot of stress and strain. Bahia Khanum and her family was forced once again to go to another city, and this city was a prison city, and it was called Akka. And this is where Bahia Khanum and her family lived for some 40 years as prisoners among the worst of criminals within the walls of this city that smelled and was really dirty. So during that time that they lived in Akka, Baha'u'llah, her father that she loved so much and dedicated her life to him with all her heart, passed away. And Bahia Khanum became the support of her brother, Abdul Baha, who had been appointed the head of the Baha'i faith. And despite many challenges that arose during this time period, she had this calmness to her, but this strength within her. And throughout the history of her life, she was always a support. And no matter what challenges she went through, and no matter what stress, happened around her in her life, she had the love of God in her heart, and that never changed. It never wavered. And just imagine, since she was 6 years old to when she passed away, there were so many changes in her life. There were so many challenges. She was forced to move. She was a prisoner, but her heart was always filled with the love of God. She was steadfast and she was firm. She had joy, she had kindness and grace, and as a child she had that and kept that with her till the day she died. And so I think for all of us, she's such an inspiration that, no matter what happens in our life, no matter how many changes, how many hardships we might suffer, what is important is our spirit. And if we have the love of God in our hearts, and we have joy and love and kindness to everyone, that God will bless us.
So right now I'm at the monument of Bahia Khanum, which is a very beautiful and holy spot. And so maybe if you would like to pause the video, you can say a prayer here. This is Bahia Khanum's monument in Haifa, Israel.
Next, let's learn a quote about steadfastness.
Hey kids, my name is Maridi, and today we'll be learning a new quote. In today's quote, they'll be talking about loyalty, being faithful or loyal to God. Sounds amazing, right? I know. Let's see the quote, and then we'll talk more about it. So the quote says, "Supremely lofty will be thy station if thou remainest steadfast in the cause of thy Lord." Again, supremely lofty will be thy station if thou remainest steadfast in the cause of thy Lord. Okay, so now we will talk about all these underlined words and what they mean. Okay, so supremely lofty means very high. Will be thy, which means our, thy, so our station. If thou means if we. Remainest means stay. So very high will be our station. Our station can be our heart or our souls. So very well or very high will be our station if we stay steadfast. Steadfast means loyal. If we stay loyal in the cause of thy means our. So in the cause of thy Lord, in the cause of our Lord. Okay, so very high or very well will be our heart if we stay loyal in the cause of our Lord. Very well will be our heart if we stay loyal in the cause of our Lord. So if we are loyal to God, our heart, our soul will be strengthened, and we'll have a lot of positivity. Yeah? Great. Okay, so now we'll say this quote without even looking at the quote. And I know you guys can do it. You guys can do it better than me, because you know why? You guys are smart. You guys are really smart. So now, say it with me, please. Supremely lofty will be thy station if thou remainest steadfast in the cause of thy Lord. Again, supremely lofty will be thy station if thou remainest steadfast in the cause of thy Lord. Again, supremely lofty will be thy station if thou remainest steadfast in the cause of thy Lord. One more time. Supremely lofty will be thy station if thou remainest steadfast in the cause of thy Lord. All right, now.
For the last part, let's do some art.
In an effort to create something tangible to represent steadfastness, something that's steady and dependable, we thought about a tree, because trees can actually withstand very strong winds. And in fact, winds make the root system of trees grow deeper. So what we're going to do for your art project is to create a tree using your hand and your arm. And Nilu here is going to help me do that. So the first thing you're going to need is paper of any color, some paint, and if you have paintbrushes, if not, you can use your hands. So what we're going to do is Nilu's going to have her arm painted.
We need brown, Mommy.
I know, I don't have brown. And you can use any color you want. It would be nice to have brown, but we don't have it. So we're gonna paint her arm.
And Mila, you'll go next.
Yeah, you'll go next.
That is like it tickles a little.
I know.
I forgot how ticklish it is.
Okay. We're just gonna put a little bit more paint. And so then what you're gonna do, and it's good to have either an adult or if you have an older cousin or sibling to help you get the paint on, and that will be really helpful too. So then the next thing we're gonna do.
And we need our this one
Here.
for my arm.
Okay, and then the next thing we're gonna do. Okay, you want red? We'll do red.
We need this one.
You're going to put your hand. Next, you're gonna paint your hands. And so we're gonna have Nilu put her hand and just paint. And is that good? And then you're gonna make your leaves. And your leaves you can make with your hands if you want. And you can do, like I said, you can do any color. You can pretend it's like fruit or flowers. And that's it. And so here you go. Again, you guys can do whatever colors you want. You can make it as big as you want or as small as you want. But I hope you have fun with it, and I look forward to seeing your trees.